As an advanced English speaker currently living in China, I understand the language very well, both in terms of listening and reading, but my speaking skills aren't as fluent as a couple years ago. So the challenge I'm currently facing is to improve my English in a non-English speaking environment. In today's video, I will share with you my strategies, what has worked for me and what hasn't. And these tips could be useful in improving proficiency in any language, not just English. I have included the time strap for this video, so please feel free to skip ahead if you need to. A little bit of my English background. I have studied in Canada before, so I did have the chance to practice my English in a native speaking environment. My English was very fluent back then, and in fact I was able to speak better English than most of my Chinese peers who moved to Canada at the same time. But ever since I moved back to China, I've only speak Mandarin and Cantonese to my friends and family. I could feel that my English is slipping away, and I did not realize that until I started filming my YouTube videos 3 months ago. So the exercise I'm going to show you is all about language output, but keep in mind that input is always very important. It is how we learn any language in the first place. It is a great way for us to build up vocabulary and get a hang of sentence structure. Regardless of your language level, taking in new information is always very helpful, but giving it out is how we further improve our language ability. Before that, I want you to be more aware of your weak spots by a self-assessment of your language ability, and you can start this by filming yourself. You can either improvise or do a prepared speech. I personally assess myself while filming my YouTube videos. After you film yourself, there are two things that you can do. First, don't watch the video right away. Just play the audio and listen if there's anything that sticks out to you. It could be pronunciation or grammatical errors, or just anything that doesn't sound right. And the second thing that you can do if you want to improve your presence on the camera and build up your camera confidence, which is something that I need to do, is to shut off the audio and just look at the video. This is how MCN agencies in China train influencers to speak in front of a camera, and this is a technique that you can use in your own practice in the future. After doing this self-assessment for a few times, I find myself have the difficulty pronouncing the letter R, such as the word important, or plural in a sentence. I always forget to put S in plural form, and some intonation, pronunciation, and my very limited vocabulary and how limited I can think in English. So these are the issues that I'm very aware of when I'm speaking English right now. And the first exercise that I have been doing is shadowing. So it is a way that has helped me to improve my pronunciation, intonation, and also build up some level of vocabularies and sentence structure. Shadowing is a language learning technique where you repeat an audio after you hear it. You are acting like an echo or a shadow. Besides finding someone's speaking style that you really like, a suggestion that I would give is to also find someone who matches your energy level when speaking. The first person that I tried to shadow was Ali Adab because I watch a lot of his videos, and then I realized he is at a higher energy level than I am when speaking, and he talks very fast. And the second person that I tried to shadow was Matthew Hussey. He talks much slower and has a more subtle energy level, which makes sense because he's a love coach and often discusses emotional issues. And finally, I picked Mr. Yan and Anna Akana. Mr. Yan is a Chinese American who is also an English teacher. He has a huge sense of humor.
Chinese chess is considered to be the most classic.
What do you say?
Chinese chess has 2,000 years of history, so my guess is that it is the most classic.
You can tell that Mr. Yan speaks very native American English, and he is a very funny person, and his content is very interesting too. And the second person that I have been shadowing lately is Anna Akana. She shares a lot about her experience going to the fairies, doing healings, and also psychology in her contents. Because she's an actress, so she'll incorporate a lot of acting in her delivery. And let me show you one of her clips.
Until finally, it seems kind of ridiculous. In theory, would you want this $20?
And you can tell that she is also a native American English speaker, and her content is also very interesting to watch while you're learning English. And the third tip about shadowing that I'm going to give you today is try shadowing sentence by sentence instead of word by word. And I'm going to demonstrate these two scenarios for you. We move there tomorrow. We move there tomorrow.
We move there tomorrow.
We move there tomorrow.
We move there tomorrow.
We move there tomorrow. My main goal in shadowing is to improve my pronunciation by mimicking a native speaker. That's why I don't find repeating an English audio clip word for word as I listen to it that helpful. The second exercise that I have been doing is called impromptu speaking. Basically, you are asked to give a speech or a talk on the spot without any preparation. This is something that I used to do a lot in Toastmaster. One of the most common examples of impromptu speaking would be an elevated pitch. It is a good way that will help you think and quickly respond in English. One mistake that I make before is I would randomly talk about anything that's in my mind. I would fail myself, and I find myself start rambling a lot and my answer isn't very structured. Instead, you want to train yourself answering questions or giving a talk on a specific topic in a very structured way. You can use AI to generate questions on topics that very interest you. Or you can also come up with some personal experience stories that are very interesting to share at work or in a social setting. To help you from rambling and better frame your thoughts, I have included a second component in this practice, which is to incorporate a communication technique in your answer. They could be storytelling, the mental pyramid principle, AIDA, PrEP, and so many more other techniques that you can use. So this week I'm focusing on a technique called PrEP, which stands for points, reasons, examples, points. And to make your practice a little more interesting, you can always picture yourself giving a TED Talk speech. And for me, I will always picture myself giving the final round speech in the Miss Hong Kong pageant. I'll demonstrate one section of impromptu speaking for you, and to make sure that I don't prepare beforehand, I will generate a question on the spot and try to incorporate the PrEP technique in my speech. So now I'm going to generate 20 questions using ChatGPT. And because AI has been a very popular topic, so let's talk about AI today. And here are the 20 questions that have been generated by ChatGPT. And I'm going to randomly select a question from this list. So AI has picked question number 12, which is how has AI technology transformed the way we manage our finances? Now let me time myself for 1 minute. And start. AI technology has brought in a huge convenience to our personal finance. And the reason being is we are now able to access knowledge and information that were used to be only available at a financial professional such as a financial planner. We are now able to get answer of a specific question that's tailored to our own need. Before, because we are not educated in our finances, we don't learn in school, and most of us learn from parents. So if we have any question, that we will have to go on Google and look for a lot of articles to generate an answer on our own. But now if we have AI, so it will go through a lot of articles and it will get the answer for us. So which makes our life a lot easier, and because we can just get the answer from ChatGPT instead of reading a lot of articles on Google. You can see how poorly I perform in an impromptu speaking session. And the point is, I don't want you to feel discouraged if you don't perform well in this section, because impromptu speaking is very difficult even for native speaker. So if you find improvising is way too difficult for you, then you can switch from speaking to writing. One exercise that you can do to train your thinking in English is called free writing. Basically, you just write down any thought that you have in your mind on the paper without worrying about grammar, punctuation, or even if it makes sense. And other things that you can write about could be a gratitude diary or a reflection of your day. One issue with the above exercise is that we don't get instant feedback, so there comes to the importance of human interaction. If you are also an advanced English speaker like me, I would not recommend you going to an English corner where there is a mixed level of English speaker, because I don't find there's much chance for me to talk in those events. But thanks to the internet, lately I have been practicing my speaking on a website called Episoden. It matches me with another speaker. So the one good thing about this website is it has many sections that's available on a daily basis and it's completely free to join. I'll include a link in the description of the video so that you can check it out. The last thing that I want to address in today's video is about the fear of making mistakes as a language learner. Looking back at all the videos that I've done so far on YouTube, I've made a lot of mistakes, and despite YouTube is a very friendly platform, I still do get hostile comments about my English and my speaking. Each time when I face such a situation, I would tell myself, your first won't be your best, and it doesn't need to be your last. This is the growth mindset that I adopt from Jay Shetty in one of his episodes of his podcast. I will also share with you in the description of the video. As humans in general, we are so afraid to show imperfection and make mistakes in front of people. But I want you to honor your history, celebrate your progress, and be proud of how much that you have improved, and instead of being anxious of where you are at right now. If I'm seeing someone on social media who doesn't have the perfect language skill but still very passionate in sharing his thoughts and idea, I will actually admire that, and I hope you see that in yourself too. If you stay to the video until now, I want to say a big thank you to your time and your attention. It really means a lot to me. Thanks again for watching. I hope you have a great day yourself, and I will see you next time.